What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. I am Sharina J. Alright, y'all, let's hop right into it. You've seen the thumbnail. Today we are discussing the law of attraction and Doctor Strange. So, right on the cusp of Doctor Strange 2 coming out, I decided to go ahead and rewatch Doctor Strange. If you don't know, it's on Disney Plus. You can watch it anytime you want. I love the way that these new streaming services are just uploading stuff and leaving it there. That way you can just go and enjoy your favorite Marvel stuff, your favorite DC stuff, whatever you want on whatever respective channel anytime that you like. Now this is not a comic book post. So all my comic book heads and, anime heads and all of that, y'all don't come for me. Listen, that's not what we're doing today, okay? Today we are discussing the law of attraction in relation to Doctor Strange. So I literally just finished doing a couple of things. I just finished reading The Alchemist for the second time. We are actually going to discuss the law of attraction and The Alchemist probably in a future video or two. Comment down below if you want to talk about the Alchemist and the law of attraction and the relation between the two. But I just finished reading this. I also just watched a movie called Interstellar. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It is on Prime, Amazon Prime Video, I think is where I watched that. And then, of course, I just watched Doctor Strange. So when I was watching Doctor Strange, I'm sitting there and I'm just looking like, wow, like the law of attraction was really at work for Doctor Strange. So let's break it up. Let's talk about it a little bit, right? So with Doctor Strange, the epitome of you affirmations. You say it, you hear it, you believe it. If you think it hard enough, then you can make anything that you want come to you. At the end of the day, Doctor Strange is a magician. But when we think about magic, we think about things that are impossible becoming possible. Things that you never thought that could happen on this plane of the universe happening. Things that are outside of our normal avenue of control. Things that our human mind tend to not have the ability to grasp the concepts of scientifically and things like that. Now, just because we can't grasp them doesn't mean that they don't exist, that they are not possible. And so when you start to use more of your brain, think about the things that can open, the doors that can open, the magic that could happen. And anybody can do that. Like, anybody can. Not everybody will, because it's not easy. It's not something that's just like, okay, I want to use my brain now. I'm going to use my brain. But if that's your personal legend, if that's what you are aiming towards, then that's what you'll be able to do. So with Doctor Strange, he sought out on this quest. Okay, so let's just talk about it from the beginning. If you've never heard of Doctor Strange, I don't know what rock you've been living under. But if you've never heard of Doctor Strange, he was a doctor. The back tale of him is that he either grew up in Philadelphia or New York, one of the two. Went to med school, and he was very arrogant and pretentious because his success in med school and all of that made him a super good doctor, like amazing, the best in his field. But he had always wanted to do that as well. This is something he always wanted to do. So from the beginning, his personal legend was to, be the best in this field. And he accomplished that. He was so good that, it cost a lot of money to see him, but he was so arrogant that he would only treat the patients that had enough money to see him. He didn't do much pro bono work or anything like that. If you ain't had the coins, then you couldn't see Doctor Strange. But Doctor Strange was the best in his field. So let's fast forward a little bit. He is very arrogant, and arrogance will cost you something. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So in his arrogance, thinking that, he is above all, he's driving on the cliff in California one day where he lives, and he has a horrible accident. He's speeding in the rain, because like in a Lamborghini up the coast, and I think he gets cut off and his car flies over the cliff, and this is an accident that would kill most people. Like, if you haven't seen this car accident, like, listen, it was bad. So trigger warning if you are sensitive to such things. But yeah, so, and if you're watching the movie, you see at a point during the car accident, because they show the entire thing, like, it's traumatic. But in the car, he grabs onto something, and that's at that point when he grabs it, the car kind of collapses over his hands and all of that. And at the end all be all, the car tumbles down a cliff, probably 1,000 feet below, onto some rocks, into an ocean. They do happen to fish him out. They are able to save his life, but in the process, he has ruined his hands to the point that they don't even know if he'll ever walk again, use his hands again. He's got pins and needles all in his hands. Now, so for a surgeon, we all know that your hands are your money. That's if you don't have your hands, then you can't be a surgeon. I mean, he still has the knowledge and everything to do that, but he's so arrogant and, you know, pretentious and rude and self-centered that he's like, no, I'm a surgeon. I can't teach people to be surgeons. Well, I can, but I'm not gonna, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to use my hands surgically to help other people, right? So, but he's injured really, really bad. And even in his own mind at this point, because what he sees in front of him, he's just like, I'll never be able to use my hands again. So he's at his point, he's got it in his mind, he sees the injury, he knows, he's a doctor, from all scientific knowledge, you know, from the injuries that he sustained, he should never be able to use his hands for surgical processes again. He might be able to pick things up, right, or whatever, but he has this forever shake. Like, his hands are not steady. To be a surgeon, you have to have steady hands. You're cutting into people's veins, you're cutting into people's bones and very sensitive parts that, you know, one wrong move could kill somebody. And you can't be like trying to imagine your surgeon in there on you like this you and they like that. You can't do that. Right? And so he's defeated. He's just like, I don't know. He spends every ounce of money that he has, because he's a rich doctor. Remember, he's the most sought after, highly paid surgeon in the world before, you know, his accident. And now after this, he spent all his money trying to recuperate and fix his hands with modern medicine that he's never been able to do. So then he runs across, now in the comic books, he runs across some guys in a bar talking about this ancient relic of a person that can help to make the impossible possible. In the movie, he hears about a guy that starts to walk again, that by all intents and purposes should never be able to walk again. Like, his spinal cord was severed in his accident. Like, and of course we all know that your spinal cord connects everything to your brain, and that's the nerves that make blah, 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 blah. But his was severed or whatever. And again, he should never have been able to walk again. But when he goes and finds this guy's hooping, whoop, slamming, dunking, doing like, and he's just looking at this man in awe, like, because he's seen his medical records, and he's a doctor and stuff. So he's seen his medical records, and he knows that this man should never have been able to do any of the things that he's doing. And so he walks up to the man, and he's discussing, you know, how. Just tell me what they give you, because I want some of it. Like, is there an elixir? Is there a potion? Is there something that I can take that can get my hands to do what your back is doing? And he was like, no. So for me, I believed that I'd be able to walk again. And so that's what I got. So for this man, he put it in his mind. He attracted the ability to be able to walk again. He put out of his mind the fact that he cannot walk, that walking wasn't going to be possible, that, you know, all the things negative, he put that away to the side, got rid of it, no more thoughts of it. And all he thought of was, I can walk. The universe is making it so that I have the perfect legs. My posture is perfect. Everything that he thought was, I can do this, and I will. And he did, right? And so he just tells him, he's just like, you know, it's an inner power that you have, that, you know, you have to harness. And he's just like, well, I want to harness it. And so he sends him off on this journey into the Appalachian Mountains, some mountains where some monks at. He sent them to a monk village, right? Because, you know, monks is Hanayo Rengekyo, and they are very centered people, right? And so he sends him on this search, this quest to find this person that taught him how to harness this ability to teach, Doctor Strange to do the same. So he gets to the monk village and he's just trying to get in. He ends up almost getting robbed on the street because he's a vagabond at this point. He I guess he used his last little bit of coins because he's supposed to be broke, but he got enough money to travel to the Appalachian Mountains. Probably don't take that much. But yeah, so he's sitting on the street, he almost gets robbed, and then he gets saved by the same person that's going to be able to go ahead and it's not even teaching him. It's like enlightening him to the possibilities that these things are possible, right? And I do want to say one thing. When reading The Alchemist, right, one of the quotes that always stood out to me is that when one is pursuing their personal legend, this is the quote, when one is pursuing their personal legend and they want something, all the universe conspires to help you achieve it. So listen to that again. When you are pursuing your personal legend and you want something bad enough, all of the universe will conspire to help you achieve it. So there aren't forces working against you. There are forces working for you in your favor to make sure that all mountains are moved so that you can get what you need to actually achieve your personal legend, because that's what the universe wants. And the funny thing is that in the movie Interstellar, when I was watching that towards the end, he was coming to a realization that these aliens that they had thought had, this is a whole nother movie, y'all. But let's just say that the aliens ended up literally just being people. So I'll say all that to say that with the universe, when we're talking about universal knowledge and power and all this other stuff, and when you think about the universe, a lot of people think about stars and astrology and all of that, but literally atoms and things like that, everything and everybody is encompassed of atoms. So that would kind of mean that, especially if we're talking about where everything originally came from, of course, the Most High can be attributed to a lot of it. But if we're talking about one atom that everything split from, that means that everything in the universe is the atom, and that atom is everything in the universe. So that means you are the universe. So that means that if the universe is you and you are the universe, that means you can make anything that you want happen because you are everything, right? I don't know if that's confusing. I don't know if that makes sense, but think about that. Just think. So again, if you are everything, everything is you. Okay, Mary. Then yes, you can make anything happen because you have that ability. Now, like I was saying at the very beginning of this, then it's really hard for us to get around that notion that, that's the thing. Because we like to, again, attribute it to magic and mystical things and things that aren't possible. But whatever you want to be possible can be possible. With Doctor Strange, he wanted to be able to use his hands. And the thing is that in learning to use his hands again and learning what it would take to get to that plane of existence where he believes enough to know that I can do this. I'm making this possible because I say it's possible. He learns other things. So for Doctor Strange, he learns how to reverse time, which he shouldn't be doing. He learns how to jump through wormholes in the universe. He just learns a lot of things. But the whole premise of this video is just to say that with Doctor Strange, he learned that the law of attraction, he learned in a big way. But we aren't Doctor Strange, okay? I mean, I guess again, if that's what your personal legend is, then listen, bro, sis, get to it, hop to it. When you're finished finding the Sorcerer's Stone and the Elixir of Life, can you come turn some lead into gold for me? Because that's not my personal legend. Okay? But if it's yours, just come find me. Hit my IMs or something and let me know. Just a slither. That's all I need. I mean, just to tie it up into a nice little bow, whatever you want, whatever you put your mind to, whatever you go forward and put out into the universe that you're going to do, you can do that. Doctor Strange has taught us that The Alchemist has taught us that watch any number of science fiction movies and they will show you in some way, shape, or form that literally to get what you want, you just have to believe it and go after it, right? And so that's the end of this video about Doctor Strange and the Law of Attraction. So next week, again, we're going to go ahead and delve into The Alchemist. I have read it now probably 4 times, not recently, but in my lifetime, I've read this book probably about a good 4 times. And now I want to start delving into some of the quotes and the gems that I found in here and their relation to the Law of Attraction. So comment down below if there's something else that you want to delve into about the Law of Attraction and, you know, how it can relate to that thing. And also comment down below and tell me if you saw Doctor Strange too, because I haven't seen it yet. And don't be spilling, I don't need no spoilers, okay? Just tell me if it was good or not. But until next week, I will see y'all later. Again, if you haven't, first of all, stop. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things. You know what it is. And I will see y'all next week. Peace.